Hello there, good evening to you all, and a massive welcome to the channel. The best way to explain tonight's addiction is simple, it's game breaking. So go grab a coffee and get comfy, and allow me to show you what I mean. If you was unaware, World of Warcraft has a system in place in-game that will only allow players to run either dungeons or raids, even a mixture of both. But we are only allowed to run a maximum of 10 runs per hour full stop. This is what we call the 10-run lockout system in WoW, and is the one thing that can slow down farmers like myself. Blizzard introduced this system years ago into the game, to prevent bots from over-farming dungeons and raids for rare items they can sell for gold. As a farmer, we are able to farm in dungeons and raids alike, only killing trash and never any bosses. Then simply running back outside to reset the run and repeat the process until we get locked out, when we are forced to wait 1 hour before we can enter anymore. This is the basis of the 10-run lockout system in WoW. Before I continue, I must stress one point first, please. What I am about to show you may be known already to players who have decided to not say anything nor shed any light on this matter, which is their call, of course. This may be considered as a bug or exploit, as this method is going against the 10-run lockout rule, and could be why we are still seeing bots running in and out of dungeons and raids in-game. The reason why I say it may be considered as an exploit or bug, because as a player using this method, we are in fact not doing anything wrong, at all apart from switching realms, that is all. Using exploits or bugs of any kind goes against everything myself and my channel stands for. And to protect them as well as my community, all evidence and proof, all recordings I have on this matter has been sent to Blizzard already. I am now making everyone else know, as this really needs to be fixed and as soon as possible. So please sit back and allow me to show you. I decided to show you this method using Onyxia's lair as my testing grounds. The reason I choose this raid is because the run times are below 1 minute, but the main reason being as I do not want to take advantage of this method. Onyxia's lair only has 4 trash mobs that drop next to nothing, so I will not be making any gold, as what I do get will be sold to the vendor. On screen now I am just showing you proof of the date, and the fact that I have not one lockout timer. Some of you already know, but to everyone else, I prefer to provide as much evidence and proof as I can. It's how I am. It's how I like to do things. And my whole channel and Discord is based around only giving 100% honest and truthful information and details. I really hate wasting time in game, and I'm very sure I will not be wasting yours. This first part of the video is not that important and is why I have speeded the footage up. I want to leave this in, however, so I cannot be accused of any funny business. I never do get accused of anything, mind you, as I am honest with my content. It's more peace of mind and gives me time to explain a few things. I have been testing this method out now all night, so I could provide Blizzard and yourself with as much details and info as I can, and I will admit, after tests, I for sure can be 100% sure this is going against Blizzard lockout rules, so let me quickly explain as I build up and obtain my 10-run maximum lockout in the video. Allow me to show you this picture again. As you can clearly see in the highlighted section of this official post that was pulled right off the Blizzard support section. It clearly states, and I quote, "You can enter up to 10 individual instance zones per hour. The limit is per account, and cannot be avoided by changing characters." Which basically means you can only run 10 runs per hour on your account, and switching characters will add to your 10-run lockout. So again, this is how the lockout system in World of Warcraft should work. Well, it does for the most part. But I have stumbled upon a way that will allow you to somehow bypass the 10-run lockout and continue farming, and again, I must stress this point. You are not doing anything wrong apart from changing servers, which does mean you are changing characters technically as it's needed for this method. So that does mean Blizzard's new rules, which they only posted 2 weeks ago, is 50% false, the other 50% comes shortly. Now please watch carefully and you shall see just how stupid and easy this really is. First, as you can see, I can no longer enter Onyxia's lair due to the 10-run lockout. So first thing to do is to log out. Do not close your game down completely, just log out back to the character screen. I will be using Nova Instance Tracker to help prove and show this method working. Once back on the character screen, simply change servers to a different server that has a character on it. If you do not have any other characters on any other servers like myself, that is not a problem, as you can simply make a Alliance Death Knight of your choice. It really does not matter. We just pick a DK as it's extremely fast to do the very short 2 quests needed to get you to the capital city. Now once in Stormwind, mount up and run to the Stormwind Stockades dungeon. Once you are there, simply enter the dungeon. At this point you can run down the stairs and take one shot at the first trash pack before running back out the dungeon. Or you can simply wait 10 seconds then leave. So exit the stockades and then you just need to simply log out and back onto your main farming character you was just on. In my case it was Bing, my beast of a feral druid gold farmer. Again, just showing you with Nova Instance Tracker that I obtained a lockout timer on this Death Knight, so now we jump back to our farmer. Now once back on your farmer, simply restart your loot appraiser if you wish and continue farming for another 10 runs. At which point you can simply do the method again, which somehow reset the cooldown timers, allowing you to farm indefinitely. Now before you go running off to your favorite farms, I must point out, I did a lot of different tests at different farming locations. Now please hear me out for a second. I found out that once you use the method to reset the 10-run lockout timers, you are unable to change farms, because as soon as you do, you will get hit with the lockout. Changing raid or dungeon difficulties will have the same effect also, but not all is lost, as there was a test where I messed up the lockout timers by moving farms, but was able to continue farming once I moved back to the original farm I started with. The only way to change farms and to use this method is to simply wait the entire 1-hour lockout period like normal, then try again. This method is very unpredictable. The more you use it, do remember this. I found that the more runs and the more times I used it, the more it became buggy. Times when I could only do 30 to 35 runs within 1 hour before it became buggy, and I had to wait 1 hour to test again as I gained the lockout cooldown. So before you ask, sorry, I cannot answer for sure what dungeons and raids this does and does not work in, as that is way too much testing for one person to do alone. But I did have successful tests in 6 out of the 8 different locations I tested, and as you can see by the picture, Mana Tombs was one of them. So as you can see, this method does work, does need more testing, but I shall leave that up to Blizzard, because we all know just how abused this will get, all the dishonest players and bot users alike. If this is not fixed before then, this could honestly mess up the auction house markets for absolutely everyone, and not just on World of Warcraft, as this system is used in Classic and Seasons. It could possibly work there also, but I cannot be certain for sure, as I do not and will not play them versions of WoW. Please do remember, I am only highlighting and making people aware of this problem. At the same time making Blizzard aware, because I would really like to see just how long it takes for Blizzard to respond to my email and ticket. And how long it actually takes for this problem to be fixed. The stopwatch has been started, Blizzard. That is the 10-run lockout bypass completed. If you decide to use this method, it's at your own risk. You cannot really get into trouble unless you abuse this though, so you have been warned. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. You can always hit that like and subscribe buttons if you do. And come join us on my 100% free and open to all farming community on Discord. You are more than welcome too. For now though, I am off to farm the day away, so like normal people, please stay warm, stay safe.